Hi guys, welcome to DevOps World. This is Harish Kumar Reddy. So today I'm trying to discuss about Ansible introduction. So basically, what is the Ansible and how we can work on the DevOps. Okay. So in as a part of role in DevOps, Ansible is one of the major concept in our current industry. So right now we are trying to discuss about what is Ansible and how we can work on the progress. Okay. See, if you want to work on the Ansible, definitely we are trying to go with the configuration management. Okay, so in this configuration management, what I want to discuss here is this is the process of configuration on remote servers at one point of control. Okay, I'll try to tell you one thing very clearly how we can work on the remote servers and how we can work on the one point of control. Okay, so here we'll try to go with architecture to understand this concept. Okay, so here we are trying to go with, see, if you're working on DevOps, so DevOps under the Ansible configuration, we are trying to work on the first one is you're working on the controller. This is the controller. This is the controller. Okay, we are trying to work on the controllers. Okay, so these are the managed nodes. So suppose I'm trying to take some managed nodes, server 1, server 2, and server 3. Okay, so in previous methods, in previously, we are trying to go with company and we are working on, suppose if I want to install any software for 100 systems, it will take a lot of time for us. It will take a lot of effort we need to take, and it will take some long days. So, but we don't have that much time, guys. So, but as per the instruction of our team manager, the team manager is trying to give that please try to complete today only. So I want to complete all the softwares within 100 systems within end of the day. So is this possible for you guys? No, this is not possible for us. To overcome that, as a DevOps, we are trying to go with one more tool is that is Ansible configuration. Okay, so in Ansible configuration, what we are trying to do here is we are working with the first one is we are working with the controller. The first one is we are working with the controller. So in this controller, we can access the server one. We can access the server one, server one. We can access the server two, and we can access the server three, server three. Okay. So now in this case, I want to connect through the controller machine from controller to server one, controller machine to server two. I want to controller machine to server three. Okay, so based upon the private SSH, based upon the private SSH. Okay, so private SSH key. We are working with private SSH key. Okay, so whatever I'm trying to install the software here, it will automatically replicate it to server 1, server 2, and server 3. Okay, so this is what we are trying to do now in our installation part. Okay, so for this, I want to open the AWS account. I want to install all the softwares. Okay, so now let's go with the advantages. So what kind of advantage you are trying to go? So the advantage is we are trying to work on the provisioning of the servers. Okay. So what is the provisioning actually? How we can work on the provisioning? So provisioning is nothing but we are trying to go with this application that should be installed on servers can be done very quickly. Okay. We are at a single one point of control. Okay. We are trying to go with one point of control. And so what is our disaster recovery? So whatever you are trying to lost any data, it will automatically recover your data as per the configuration tools to capture the information about the server, and we are trying to work on the progress. Okay, so now coming to the point how we can work on the idempotent, that is a state of action. We are working on the state of actions. We are working with the state of actions. This state of actions can be desired at the one point of control. Okay, so now I want to in DevOps tools we have a lot of tools actually. That is we already installed. We know what is Chef actually. In previously we are using Chef. That is very complex guys. Puppet also Salt. Okay, so now right now in trending market we are using Ansible configuration. We are working with the Ansible configuration. Okay, so this Ansible configuration will try to create. We will try to create one controller and different types of server nodes, and we are trying to access through the controller to manage nodes. Okay, this is how we can try to go with the remote servers at one point of control. Okay, and coming to the point, we are working with Ansible agentless policies. Like we are trying to work on the agentless policies and we are trying to work on the progress. Okay. So that is passwordless connections. We are working on passwordless connections for this. Okay. So for this, what I can do here is I want to create one controller. I want to work on the managed nodes. Okay. So for this, I'm trying to install this one. Let's go with AWS. Let's go with AWS. I'm trying to go with AWS. I'm trying to work on the AWS server. Okay, so now let's take EC2 instance. Now let's take instances. Let's launch the instance, guys. Let's launch the instance. So I'm trying to create a 3 servers currently. I'm trying to take a 3 servers currently. I'm taking Ubuntu. I'm taking 22.4 LTS version. Okay, I'm adding the new key pair, Ansible config. Ansible config. So I'm trying to create a new key pair. So I just want to launch the instance. So here, why I'm taking 3 servers is, but one is controller, 2 are managed nodes. That is server 1, server 2. Okay, so here I can try to talk about controller, Ansible controller. We are trying to talk about controller. These are the server 1, and server 2. Server 1 and server 2. Okay. We are trying to talk about server 1, server 2. Okay. Now, coming to we are trying to talk about now. So this is a server 2. Server 2. Okay. Okay. So now just click on controller. Let's go with security. Controller. Let's click on the security. Click on this file. Edit inbound rules. Add rule. I can go with all traffic. IPv4 version. Save the rules. Save the rules. Okay. Now click on EC2 instance. Let's go with running instances. Okay. So now I'm trying to go with server 1. I'm trying to go with server 1. So currently I'm working with Windows, guys. That's why I'm trying to install once again. Okay. So basically previously I was installed in Mac, but right now as per your comfortable, as per a lot of the members are asking Windows, please try to install Windows, so that I'm trying to go with Windows version only. Okay. So once again I'm trying to reinstall the software. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So this is terminated. Okay, I'll try to create one more server here because it's already terminated. Okay, I'm trying to create one more server. Let's launch the instance with the name of server 2. Server 2. Take Ubuntu 22.4 LTS version. Okay, so now let's come down. So key pair is same, no changes. Ansible config. We are trying to work on the Ansible config. Okay, so let's launch the server. Okay. Now let's go with EC2 instances. Okay, so currently this server 2 is, I hope it is running mode. Clear the filters. So see here, server 1, controller, server 2. Okay, click on this file, go to security, because I was created just now only, right? So this I want to go with security for this also. All traffic. Edit inbound rules. Add rule. I can go with all traffic. IPv4 version. Save the rules. I'm trying to save the files. Okay. So let's go with EC2 instance. Okay. So now let's go with server 1. Let's connect the server. Let's connect the server. So currently my file is in download folder. So just I'm trying to go with downloads. I'm trying to go with open git bash here. I'm trying to go with this and I'm trying to paste the server 1 file. You can paste enter. Click on yes. Click on yes. We're trying to go with yes. Okay, so let's clear the screen. Now we are trying to go with sudo apt -get update. I'm updating the server. I'm updating the server. So I'm trying to update the servers. Okay, so now I'm trying to go with upgrading the servers. Upgrading means we are upgrading the server. Upgrade means whatever we have a features in update version, it will be upgraded. Okay. So, okay. So now, once it is done, now we are trying to install Python, guys. Ansible will work under the Python because Ansible is a open source to work on the Pythons. Okay. See here, it is open source to configuration management. It is created using Python. So we need to go with the Python actually. Okay. We need to install Python here now. Okay. So once you install Python, now we are trying to go with a passwordless connection. For this, we are using sudo password Ubuntu. Sudo password Ubuntu. So you have to give the new password. I can give the name of DevOps. DevOps. Okay. So once you done this, now you need to enter into the SSH config. So you need to enter into the Ubuntu server. Go to insert mode, come down. You have to give the permissions. You have to give the set of permissions for this also. For this, I'm trying to go with yes. Okay, escape, :WQ, enter. So then after that, we need to restart the password. We need to restart the password. We need to restart the password. Click on exit. Okay, this is server 1. Now I'm trying to go with server 2. Now I'm trying to go with server 2. Let's go with instances. Let's go with the server 2. Click on the server 2 file. Let's connect the file. Let's connect the file. Click on yes. Let's clear the screen. Okay, sudo apt-get update. I'm updating the server. So then after that, we need to upgrade your service. I'm trying to go with upgrading the servers. So once it is upgraded, now we are trying to install Python again. So because every server we need to install Python. This is very, very important for us. We need to install Python. Okay. So now once you install the Python, you can try to check Python 3 hyphen version. You can try to check it will works. Okay. So now we need to enter into the sudo password Ubuntu. Okay. We need to enter into the Ubuntu server. We need to enter into the Ubuntu server. So with the name of, so I want to enter the new password. You can enter one password, guys, like DevOps or whatever it may be. So you can enter into the password. Now, after that, what we are trying to do here is we are trying to enter into the SSH config because in Ubuntu we have SSH. Go to insert mode, come down. Escape, WQ, enter. Okay, so now after that, we need to restart your password. So we need to restart your password, guys. Click on exit. Okay, so this is second server, guys. Now let's move with the third server. That is controller. This is very, very important for us. Server 1, server 2 is installed successfully. Now we are trying to enter into the controller. Okay, so in controller mission, see here, if you click on this controller, same thing. Click on connect, go to SSH client, enter, click on yes. Let's clear the screen. Okay, sudo apt update. So once it is done, now we need to upgrade this file. It is upgrading. Then afterwards, we are trying to install Python for controller machine also. Okay, so then we need to give the see here. So we need to go with the Ansible. Say now we are trying to work on these things, guys. Okay, so after that, see here, whenever you're working with controller, so we need to go with one agent, guys. That is SSH keygen. So we need to create one agent for this. We need to create a one agent. So this agent is communicating with server 1, server 2, server 3, guys. So with this agent, we are trying to go with one secure key, that is SSH keygen. We are trying to go with SSH keygen. Okay, SSH keygen has been created. Okay, so once it is created, now you can collect all the private IP address, guys. We can collect all the private IP address. Okay, so you have to collect server 1 private IP address. Server 1 private IP address. You can copy this file and you can paste it here. And you can collect server 2 private IP address. And you can copy this file. Click on yes. It is asking server 1 password, guys, because previously we already gave the password here. It is asking server 1 password to controller machine. Okay. So whatever you've done in password, we are trying to access the control one. DevOps. See here, one key is added. Okay. So in controller, server 1 IP address is successfully enrolled. Okay. Now, similarly, we are trying to go with server 2 also. On yes, DevOps. Okay, so successfully we are trying to do the server 2 also. Okay, server 1, server 2. Okay, so similarly, if you have 10 servers, you can do same thing. There is no changes. Okay, so this is what we are trying to do. Now, after that, what we can do, we need to install the packages. We need to install the packages. We need to install the packages. Okay. It will take some time. It was installing the packages currently. So we need to update the server. We need to install Ansible now. We need to install Ansible. I'm installing Ansible in Windows version. Okay. So it is installing, Ansible installing. Okay. Successfully we install Ansible. So we need to check Ansible version also. I'll try to check Ansible version. The Ansible version is this. So 2.17.5, this is the Ansible version. So whenever you're trying to store any file, the storing files will be here. So we are trying to see the etc Ansible, ansible.config. Okay. So we are trying to store the files. Okay. Once it is done, so Python version is 3.1.10. Python version is 3.10.12. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Now we are trying to go with the next one is we are trying to go with etc Ansible. We are trying to work on the etc Ansible. Now, if I go with ls, I have a host and roles. Okay, so host is nothing but whatever you are trying to host. Like suppose controller is a host, and we are working with the managed nodes. We are trying to configure the managed node that is called a host. Okay, so for this, I want to enter into the host now. I want to enter into the host. Let's go with this. Copy these files. Okay, go to insert mode. Go up. Okay, so now we are trying to collect all the private IP address of server one. Server one private IP address, you can try to paste it here. And coming to server two, you have to paste this here. Escape, colon, WQ, enter. Okay, so this is what we are trying to do. Now, after that, what we are trying to see here is we are trying to go with ls-la. ls-la, ls stands for length of the files. Okay, and we can try to see the managed nodes now on the basis of controller. This is the controller IP address. So now we can try to see the managed nodes. Ansible all ls-la. ls-la. See, these are the managed nodes. these are the managed nodes. Okay. So managed nodes are very, very important for us. These are the server one and this is server two. Okay. So if in future it is trying to say that okay, we are trying to go with this path. Okay, no problem. We'll try to go with the, if you it is future. But coming to now, we are working with managed nodes. This is server one. This is server two. Okay, let's see this 2073. 20 and 73. 20 is 73 is server 2 and server 1. This is server 1. This is server 1. 220 is server 1. Okay. So these are the managed nodes, guys. Okay. So tomorrow I'll continue. So once you've done this once you've done the installation part, then we are working on operations of Ansible. Okay. So we are working with ad hoc commands, playbooks, and webhooks. These are very, very important for Ansible configuration, guys. So this is very, very important. If you understand this topic only, then we can go with this. I can tell you this one very clearly tomorrow. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask me in comment sessions. I can reply you back. Okay. So this is all about today's class, guys. And tomorrow we'll try to discuss about the operations of Ansible. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you for this today and have a nice day.